Andy Murray was playing better tennis than ever. The rehiring of Ivan Lendl had sharpened his attention and strengthened his mind.
He's just so totally focused on what he's got to do now. I think that's the big difference that Lendl has made. And Andy's talked about it himself. He said having Lendl around gives him that confidence. You know, Lendl, you see him, he's such a strong character, and he's had such a fantastic record himself. He knows what it's like to win Grand Slams. He knows what it's like to lose Grand Slams as well. And I think Murray's benefited a lot already.
Murray's playing better than anyone has in this tournament. I mean, his movement is unbelievable. And it seems like he's gotten better as matches have gone on, quicker, hitting harder, offering up more things to confuse you. To me, you have to try to take the racket out of a guy like that's hands.
Milos Raonic carried that huge responsibility. He had enlisted voices of reason to help fine-tune his game for the lawns of SW19.
Is Milos Raonic the favorite? Obviously not. He's going to have to play the match of his life to win.
The great and the good gathered for the 130th men's singles final. Coach John McEnroe was calling the match for the American broadcaster ESPN.
Murray's done everything to try to bridge the gap with Djokovic. That's really what Milos Raonic is trying to do with Murray. If you had asked me 6-8 weeks ago when people started talking to me about Milos, how many guys could win Wimbledon, actually win it? There'd be like 5 or 6 guys, and he was one of those guys.
Murray had been a championship match contender in every other Grand Slam of 2016. Djokovic was the victor on both those occasions, and with the world #1 eliminated, the Scot had created the best opportunity to capitalize at SW19. He hustled Raonic into misjudgment to make the first decisive move. The plan was working. Forcing the Canadian from corner to corner, the Scot was utterly in control. When the two players met in the Queen's final, for the first set and a half, Raonic displayed great composure. On this occasion, it was Murray who was carefully constructing points and confusing his opponent. There were glimpses of the serenity Raonic displayed against Roger Federer. Deep into the second set, the influence of his new coach was clear. But Murray did not allow his opponent to maintain a rhythm. With Lendl in his corner, his calm was rarely ruffled. After Murray made the first mini break in the tiebreak, the result was never in doubt. This major final was Murray's first against an opponent that was not Djokovic, Federer or Nadal. In his 6th Wimbledon campaign, Milos Raonic is part of a new tennis generation starting to make its mark. But Andy Murray had played some of the best tennis of his life during the championships, and his focus had been unwavering. From the moment he won his first match for the loss of only 9 games, the world #2 looked like a man on a mission. Victory for Andy Murray on the most famous stage in tennis was even sweeter, second time around.
it's taken a lot of sort of hard work, determination, and mental strength as well. Because I'd lost a few Slam finals this year already, and was coming in as favourite for the match today for the first time as well, and managed to handle the pressure well. In 2013, I was just so stressed and relieved, and I maybe didn't enjoy it as much, but I feel a lot sort of calmer, a bit more content, happier this time around, so it was good.
First British man to win multiple Wimbledon titles since Fred Perry back in the 1930s. Paul, this one had it all. You had the Hall of Fame coaches, McEnroe on one side, Lendl on the other side. But what it came down to, it seemed like, was serving. I mean, previous 10 Grand Slam finals, Murray could not win more than 70% of his first serves. In this match, he won 90% of them.
Yeah, and that was the big question, right? It was Andy Murray going to be able to take care of his own service games? Because you're not going to break Milos Raonic a lot, okay? That's a given. But Murray's one little Achilles heel historically has been his second serve. He did such a good job taking care of his own serve, finding ways to hit the targets. And when he missed the first serve, he was able to hit the second serve in locations where he's not getting hurt. And then once the point starts at neutral, he was just perfect. His strategy was spot on, moved Milos side to side, and never felt a ton of stress. And even as well as Raonic serves, he knows that if he misses first serves, Murray is going to make you play. He moved incredibly the entire 2 weeks. And one of the things I'd love to hear is even afterwards, you heard him say in 2013 when he won, he was a little too stressed to even really enjoy it. So this confirmation with the second title and the way that he did it in a match where he was supposed to win, which is a different kind of pressure, he went out there, executed his game plan, did not blink, and he was just a better player the entire 2 weeks than the field.
Who would have known, Paul, that he would end the season winning 24 matches in a row, 5 tournaments, get to that year-end number one, the only guy outside of the big three in the past 16 years to do it. Did you see any signs of that from this week, that he could get that done?
Well, absolutely. Look, he's been knocking on the door of the other big three, and he is right hand in hand with them, just a little bit behind. But look, let's not fool ourselves. Andy Murray is a great player, and that solidified his greatness with Grand Slam title number 3.
And, of course, getting to number 1 in the world, just wrapping up that Hall of Fame resume. And then later that year, the Queen says, you know what? You're going to be a knight. Now it's Sir Andy Murray, 2-time Wimbledon champion. We'll be right back after this.